We cannot wait until it's too late. Growing up, we had lots of stalkers, and the police department knew about it. The head of our security knew about it, but they would keep it out of the media, in a sense, simply because once it's publicized in the media, sometimes other stalkers join in and feel as if they could do the same thing. So our head of security would always say, keep it out of the media, never say anything about it, but we will take care of it, and they would work behind the scenes.
Latoya, do you think social media would have made it better or worse?
It's very difficult to say, because there are times I feel that social media can help a great deal, but then there are times when your life is in more danger. But I do feel and believe that because he's putting this out there, that we can track him.
Jacinta, let me just ask you, should anybody who becomes a celebrity just expect at some point they're going to have a stalker?
Yeah, well, it increases the likelihood for sure, because there's certain types of delusional disorders, such as erotomania, I heard you mention that earlier, where people believe that they have a special relationship with usually a famous person. And it can become dangerous when they realize, oh, wait, I don't actually have a special relationship with them, and they get resentful, and then they get revengeful.
And Vanessa, you had a pretty terrifying experience yourself,
I did, and
right?
I think that's why I take this so seriously. I'm not a celebrity, but I had a peeping Tom. I had someone in my window filming me while I was nude, and I was home alone at the time, and it was terrifying. And to think that someone can do something like that, or tweet something, or say whatever they want to, and the police are kind of reserved and are holding back until something happens, we can't wait that long. It's too dangerous.
Sam, what do you say?
Well, I do think, listen, I think that social media is very beneficial in catching these people by following them, but I also think it's a double-edged sword, because just like Jacinta said, those ones that are subject to paranoia and delusions may be thinking that someone's talking to them through the TV or through lyrics in a song. Can you imagine how amplified it is when they're following someone on Twitter or a YouTube video? It's that much more personal.
In the early days of social media, I had a stalker. He was on MySpace. We call it MySpace, and he was saying horrible stuff, and I thought, oh, well, whatever. I didn't really think much of it. Then I got a summons to Santa Monica Small Claims Court, where he made a claim that I had implanted something in his tooth that made his sexual organs respond in bizarre ways, and they took the suit. It was unbelievable to me that the Santa Monica court would take that, and I literally threw it away, and then it came back again at me, and they said, oh, no, you're going to be charged $2,000 if you don't show up. And then I thought, oh my God, this guy's name is kind of familiar to me. I wonder if he's that guy. This is so psychotic. I wonder if it's that psychotic guy on Facebook. Lo and behold, it was. I clicked through the MySpace, my MySpace page. He had a website linking it, and the website was hundreds and hundreds of pages talking about how he was going to torture me and my children. My wife caught wind of it. She called the police, and they responded beautifully. They found this guy, so we had great help from it. And she stood in front of the detective and said, "This is my favorite moment." My wife, honey, I love you. She goes, "You see what they're doing? This guy's talking about harming my children. I am not afraid to die. You need to do something, or I'm going to go kill him. I am not afraid to die." Sounded like Jason Ellis. And so I thought, and it did work out fine. The guy was psychotic. He was on methamphetamine. He also had some schizophreniform type stuff. He was treated successfully, and his delusions went away, Jacinta. It was kind of a winning story for everybody.
Yeah,
it could have gone differently, though. These can go very bad.
Yes, it can go very bad, because they think, oh, well, if I can't be connected to him in this personal, loving relationship, then at least I can get connected to him in a tragic way. And that's when they resort to violence and murder.